Hi, I want to congratulate you on investing in the restaurant marketing system, where I'll reveal how you can attract more diners to your restaurant. But first I want to talk about the type of restaurant owner who will benefit the most from this system. If you're a new restaurant owner and are wondering how to build real lasting success in your restaurant, then this marketing system is for you. Or if you've had your own restaurant for years and just simply sick and tired of still living month to month. And if you're attracting only a few diners a day and you're on the brink of closing your restaurant because of the lack of customers and diners. Or if you've simply hit a wall in your sales and revenue. And if your restaurant is doing okay but you want to be doing better, then this marketing system is for you. However, there's a type of restaurant owner who will benefit the least from this system. The type of restaurant owner who's not willing to seriously try anything different than what you've done in the past. Or if you're a talker and not a doer. See, billion-dollar ideas are worthless unless you actually implement them into your restaurant. And if you don't have the discipline or desire to stick with a proven success system for at least 12 months, or if you honestly don't have another nickel to invest to turn your restaurant around, then you won't get much value out of this marketing system. And I want you to buckle up because it could get rough. You're about to get to peek behind the curtain and discover the truth about what it takes to succeed in the restaurant industry with this new economy. Many of these strategies will be dramatically different from the normal, ineffective, and boring traditional garbage you hear. I'll take a harsh, critical, but honest look at the traditional ways of marketing your restaurant, and you should do the same. But more importantly, your mind will be spinning with ideas and possibilities of what your restaurant can achieve with only a few small changes. You'll feel excited again about being in the business, and you'll see the huge market of potential. And you'll be proud and happy to talk about your restaurant with your spouse, family, and friends again. But more importantly, you'll have a proven path to turn your restaurant around. Module 1, Foundation Building. Developing the mindset to achieve massive success in your restaurant. In this module, you'll discover why just focusing on trying to cover payroll and make a little extra is killing your restaurant, and how to use your competitors to catapult your restaurant to a whole new level and attract your ideal customers, and how you can overcome your doubts and self-destructive habits that are holding you back. And I'll even show you the real secret behind the success of millionaire restaurant owners. And I'll give you the 8 additional things in your restaurant that you must measure and track on a daily basis. But I want to ask you one question before we get started. Do you have big goals for your restaurant business? See, tiny goals equal tiny results. See, if you're just settling for your restaurant being full on Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays, that's not enough. That's not a big goal. Or if you're just trying to cover the cost of being open on Sundays through Wednesdays. And sometimes, if you feel like you're just trying to cover your overhead every month instead of trying to prosper, and if you're just running a small ad in the local newspaper every once in a while, or if you're just keeping a fishbowl around your restaurant to collect a few business cards, see, those are tiny goals, and those get you tiny results. See, you need big goals so you can get big results. A big goal like filling your restaurant every day of the week like clockwork, or attracting 100 to 300 brand new diners in your restaurant each week, or packing out your restaurant at lunchtime every day of the week, and being featured in your local newspapers and media regularly, or even expanding your restaurant through franchising or opening up different locations. Those are big goals which get you big results. Honestly, which one sounds more like you? See, the fact is, you will become as small as your controlling desire or as great as your dominant aspiration. The truth is that most great achievements in life are the result of thinking big and aiming high. Small goals put chains, restrictions, and limits on your potential. But when you're working towards a big goal, you barrel right through tons of smaller goals by virtue of chasing that big goal. However, in order to become your very best, is to think at a very high level. And after you set your sights on big goals, then it's time to find a path to your goals. I know what you're thinking. Isn't achieving massive success like other successful restaurant owners next to impossible? Well, no, not if you follow proven success models and systems that are used by other restaurant owners. See, Isaac Newton said it best. He said, if I have seen farther than others, it is because I was standing on the shoulders of giants. And that's what you need to do. You need to build your business and your restaurant on the practices that are working for other successful restaurant owners. Let me give you some information by Tony Robbins. It's called Unlimited Power. See, the first passage is, long ago Tony Robbins realized that success leaves clues, that people who produce outstanding results do specific things to create those results. The next thing he noticed was, actions are the source of all results. This process of discovering exactly and specifically what people do to produce a specific result is called modeling. The next thing he notices, modeling is the pathway to excellence. The movers and shakers of the world are often professional modelers, people who have mastered the art of learning everything they can by following other people's experiences rather than just their own. And then finally, he discovered that to model excellence, you should be a detective, an investigator, someone who asks lots of questions and tracks down all the clues to what produces that excellence. Building from the successes of others is one of the fundamental aspects of most successful learning. See, here's your true success in your restaurant. Number one, you have to believe you can actually be a successful restaurant owner. Number two, you have to begin to think like a successful restaurant owner. And number three, you have to set goals and run your business like a successful restaurant owner. So I'm going to give you the top 6 beliefs that cripple restaurant owners and instantly prevent them from achieving massive success. Belief number 1, I simply can't do it. Well, the truth is, yes, the marketing strategies in the system for getting more diners into your restaurant may be new to you, but unless you've been consistently using proven systems that others have used to accomplish success in their restaurants, then you don't know what you're capable of accomplishing. Is it fair to not even give yourself a chance to accomplish something great in your restaurant? You should always start by doing something small that you've never done before and begin to build upon that success until succeeding at new things becomes a part of who you are. Incorrect belief number 2. Well, it can't be done in my market. Well, the truth is, yes, it can, but you may need to tweak or adjust your approach. If it has been done in another restaurant in another market, it can be done in your market. When a restaurant owner says it can't be done in my market, what that means is that they haven't found the right way to make it work in their restaurant. That's all it means. And until you try an approach that worked in another restaurant, you'll never know whether it can or can't be done in your restaurant. And while your marketplace will certainly determine what some of the variables are, your plan of attack and how you will implement it will ultimately determine your success. Incorrect belief number 3. It would take too much time and effort. Well, yes, you'll have to put in some time at the beginning, but after the initial work and time up front, you'll have systems and strategies that work for years to come. See here it is. You can continue to work 100 plus hours a week and make 60 grand a year. Or you can put in 20 hours of work once and work as little or as much as you want after that while earning a high 6-figure income. It's up to you. Understanding that your income will not necessarily increase because you work harder is always a tough concept for most restaurant owners to accept, but that doesn't make it not true. It is true. You must work smarter, not just harder. You must work harder and smarter to be successful in this new market in your restaurant. Belief number 4. It's too risky, I'll lose money. Well, the truth is you're an entrepreneur. So by default, you're putting it all on the line. Plus, it's only risky if you don't take small steps that you can measure and hold accountable to producing results. Managing the risk of growing your restaurant can be easily managed by investing small amounts on a scheduled basis and then tracking your results before investing more. Any dollar you spend that increases your net profits is ultimately a dollar well invested. And it's not too risky when you break your marketing investments down into smaller dollar amounts and track your results to see what's working. Incorrect belief number 5. My customers only come to my restaurant because my food is the best. Well, the truth is your customers aren't loyal to you because your restaurant is the only place they can get good food. They are loyal to the total experience you provide. To reach your highest level of success within your restaurant, you must have a consistent and enjoyable experience for your diners every time they visit your restaurant. Then you must ensure that your staff consistently delivers that experience according to the systems and standards you've set in place. And regardless of the level of dining experience you provide, it can be duplicated by the right people implementing your systems when you're away from your restaurant. Incorrect belief number 6. If I can just keep my food and labor costs low, I can make more money. Well, while it is true that you need to focus on keeping food, labor, and your overhead costs low, there are several other key numbers you must track and improve upon in order to be successful in your restaurant. Numbers like how many diners you get every single day, what times of day your tables are empty or filled, the long-term value of your average diner or customer, your most profitable lead sources and how much it costs you to generate that diner or customer. Marketing is math, and you have to understand the numbers behind the math. You must change your beliefs about what you can accomplish in order to have a successful restaurant in this new economy. If you can't even change your belief system about yourself, then it's not possible for you to create $1 million restaurant. Once you believe, then it's time to put a plan into action. But the reality is, one of the greatest stumbling blocks to achieving great success for most restaurant owners is they cannot get their heads around how obvious and uncomplicated massive success in their restaurant can be. See, most restaurant owners incorrectly think that the road to success is hidden away, and if they could only find it, it would be twisting uphill, covered in fog and full of pitfalls. Therefore, many struggling restaurant owners distrust obvious and straightforward answers. They complicate simple concepts because the truth is too common sense for them, and they tend to gravitate towards the secretive and mysterious because they hold magical, alluring qualities. Then, even after finding the path to success clear and simple, the temptation then becomes to go and make it so complicated that it requires a rocket scientist to unravel a self-made ball of yarn. Making the simple complicated is commonplace. However, making the complicated simple, awesomely simple, that's creativity. So you need to overcome the complex. All your plans must be reduced to simplicity in order for you to be able to implement them. No restaurant owner can live or operate in a complex situation for very long and create lasting success. Lasting success will always be determined by your ability to reduce things down to their simplest level and then take immediate action. So here are the super simple focal points for your restaurant. You need to attract new diners. You need to get past diners to return again. You need to control your food quality and cost. You need to focus on staff training and their costs as well. And you need to focus on the dining experience overall. Now I'm going to give you the 9 ways a successful restaurant owner is dramatically different from the average restaurant owner. Here's difference number 1. Successful restaurant owners have big goals for their restaurant. We talked about this earlier. The top restaurant owners have a goal, a purpose, or a mission that in turn gives them tremendous focus. And they're always striving to achieve that big goal, and it forces the restaurant owner to create successful systems in their restaurant. And they know that by doing their best to accomplish their big why, everything else will also be brought up to another level. Difference number 2. Successful restaurant owners develop the habits they need to accomplish their big goals. The truth of the matter is that your habits will either serve as a springboard to your next level of success or as a quicksand pit that keeps you stuck at your current level. In short, the professional habits you build will either empower you or restrict your restaurant from succeeding. The key is to focus on big goals, and consequently, you will be developing the habits that are necessary to achieve your highest level of success. Difference number 3. Successful restaurant owners believe that massive lasting success is truly possible in every area of their business. It's a proven fact that if you truly believe something is possible, you tend to focus on the ways to make that possibility a reality. Also, if you don't think something is possible, then you will tend to focus on why it can't be done. So you need to know the 3 stages of possibility thinking that people can either get stuck in or go through. Number 1, nothing is possible. Number 2, something is possible. And number 3, which is where you want to live, anything is possible. So you need to ask yourself this important question. When presented with a challenge, do you first think of all the ways you could succeed or the ways you could fail? High-achieving restaurant owners are always looking for ways to get to the highest level of success that they envision. The only real question for successful restaurant owners is what must they change and or do to get to their next level of success? Is that how you view your restaurant? Difference number 4. Successful restaurant owners take massive action once they have charted a course to success. The issue for most restaurant owners is that they invest massive amounts of time gathering information, doing research, assembling all the tools that they'll need for success, and then they take little to no action at all. In most cases, gathering all the tools and taking no action is a reflection of the inner fear that the restaurant owner has about their goal. Successful restaurant owners know that taking no action leads to no real progress towards their goals, so they always take action. Difference number 5. Successful restaurant owners are able to take productive action even if they feel fear. One of the big obstacles for most restaurant owners is that they take one or more steps forward, but because they hit a few roadblocks or issues, they then become paralyzed by the fear of failing. When most restaurant owners feel that fear, they tend to give in and lose all the momentum they've gained instead of stopping and reflecting on what's truly going on in their hearts and minds. In some cases, successful restaurant owners are able to even use the fear of failure to motivate themselves to take massive action instead of being frozen by fear. Number 6, successful restaurant owners know that they have to try many ideas and tactics to get the results they desire. If you know that the odds of you succeeding in your business are 1 to 100, then if you have 100 attempts, you're guaranteed to succeed. Successful restaurant owners are able to take control and manage their perception of the journey that they're taking on the road to their success. Whether it's a glass half full or a glass half empty, both are right depending on your perspective. Successful restaurant owners know that failure is just a stepping stone on their journey to success. They know they'll experience temporary setbacks, but they build upon them to prevent it from happening again, and then they move forward. Difference number 7, successful restaurant owners use ethical strategies to compete intensely for diners in their target area. While most restaurant owners are just trying to make a living, successful restaurant owners are striving to ethically dominate their competition. Most restaurant owners never get to the point where they're beginning to think of dominating a marketplace because they don't understand how to implement winning strategies. It's important that you don't fall in love with just following the rules that govern the food service industry, but you need to learn how to use the gray area in between rules to make money in your restaurant. Number 8, successful restaurant owners create and maintain standards to consistently deliver excellence as their business grows. The key is to clearly define what performance standards you need and then holding everyone accountable to meeting or exceeding those levels. The standards that successful restaurant owners develop and implement are then used as part of their advertising and marketing campaigns. Developing and implementing high standards in your restaurant sets you on the path for tremendous success as your restaurant grows. Difference number 9, successful restaurant owners deliver an almost unbelievably high level of service that can rarely be matched. Successful restaurant owners have a burning desire to serve their customers. They always focus on delivering a high level of service. The best restaurant owners know exactly why diners should eat at their restaurant and are able to tell their prospects in clear terms. They rarely argue with a customer over an incorrect, undercooked, or mistaken order. The successful restaurant owner knows what's really at stake when that happens. They also know that it's about testing new dishes, recipes, and combinations by asking their customers. Now that you recognize the difference between average restaurant owners and successful restaurant owners, let's go deep into their businesses. Key area number 1, attracting new diners. Customers are the lifeblood of your restaurant. Without a consistent flow of loyal customers, your restaurant is slowly but surely going out of business. You should have several marketing campaigns that are always bringing new diners to your restaurant every day. It's also important that you're tracking your numbers in your restaurant. And at the most basic level, you should know the following 2 numbers: how many new guests you get each day, and what time of day that the diners are coming in. Key area number 2, tracking your lead sources. This seems obvious, but many restaurant owners don't track how many of their diners are coming in from their various marketing efforts. If you don't know what's working, then you may be wasting a ton of money on things that don't work, but you would never know it. You should know exactly what marketing strategies are working to bring people through your door. The best way to do this is by providing a tracking system that could consist of a coupon, unique code, or phrase that a diner must bring with them in order to get the deal advertised on the marketing piece. Key area number 3, staff. It is virtually impossible to maximize your restaurant's sales potential without your staff performing at their best. You should do weekly trainings where you introduce new dishes, menus, and work on staff improvement. Your staff training is just as important as any other part of your restaurant. Here are the 3 major areas you need to focus on with your staff. Recruiting, what people needs do you have? Training, what training needs do you have? And then management, what performance or accountability issues do you have? Key area number 4, technology and tools. It will be next to impossible for you to succeed in this new economy if you're not embracing current technology and tools. However, the technology you use in your restaurant must always help you reach your real, tangible goals. Technology tools can include anything from computers, software, and marketing systems. But the questions you must ask yourself are, what new systems or tools do you need to add right now? And what current systems or tools do you need to improve or upgrade from? And lastly, key area number 5 is your own personal education and growth. Your personal education should be prioritized and invested in just like any other part of your business. There are new marketing strategies and new technologies that can make a tremendous impact on the success of your restaurant, but you must stay current on the knowledge that's coming out. Without your own personal development, you won't have the skills and knowledge to sustain the growth in your restaurant. So you need to ask yourself the following. What knowledge do you need to learn? What skills do you need to acquire? And what knowledge do individuals on your staff need to learn as well? So in this module, we talked about how you can't have big results without having big goals, how you need to model the success of other successful restaurant owners, how you have to believe, think, set goals, and run your restaurant like a successful restaurant owner from day one, and how you can't allow your past negative beliefs to stop you from achieving success today. And we talked about how you need to narrow your focus on things that will get you the results to reach the goals that you want in your restaurant. And I also told you why you need to have a big reason why for being in your business. And then you need to develop the right habits to accomplish and achieve your big goals. And then I talked about how you need to believe long-term success is really possible, and then take massive action after good planning, and then taking productive action even in the face of fear. And then you need to try an unlimited amount of ideas and tactics. You need to always be trying new things in your restaurant and ethically competing at a high level while creating high standards for everyone in your restaurant so that you can deliver unmatched levels of service.